Hi everyone, this is Diane at the Picket Fence Greenhouse and Gardens. But today I think we're going to plant maybe a few herbs and some lettuce, some edible lettuce, some greens. So, this is something you can do too at home in the, late fall into winter months. Your green plants like your lettuce and your arugulas and your kale, you can start some of that inside if you have some good lighting. Let's get started. Okay, when you're getting started to plant some seeds, what you're going to need is some planting trays. You can use a lot of different things. You can use plastic containers. You can use eggshell cartons. You can use, I have these little inserts if you have these from, when you go out and purchase your plants. But I use these seed starting trays because I plant quite a bit of things and I plant them all in bulk in these trays. Okay. Another thing you're going to need is good soil. And if you've ever seen one of these are like a little sprayer. But I fill these with water, and these work really good for watering your seeded plants. Okay, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But this is a great, I don't know what I'd do without this. This works great for watering. The gentle, when you have to water very carefully at first when you just planted your seeds, this is a great little sprayer to use. Alright, so let's get up really close now. I'm going to bring the video in and we're going to get started on planting some seeds. Okay, let's get started on planting some. We're going to do lettuce. Works great inside. What I like to do is take a little bit out of the packet. And, well, that's a little too much. I don't plan on planting that many because these things really germ good. And what I'm going to do, it makes it easier for me. I put them in a bowl, and then I'll just scatter them over the top of the soil I have here. Okay? And I'm just going to scatter them. I can thin these out later. Shouldn't be a problem. But I like to grow our own lettuce. This is the black-seeded Simpson lettuce. It's a nice lettuce, but I'm putting plenty on here, and these will be easily to thin out later, but I just sprinkle them over the top. Okay, I think I got plenty on there. I can always plant more, and I'll put the rest back in the packet. And there's my little water I showed you. You can't see it, but it's got a little pump on it, and what we do here, you can adjust it to what kind of spray you want. And I just take and I spray the top very so lightly, get it good and wet. So you get those seeds all good and wet so they germ nice. Okay. And then what I'm going to do now is cover it very so lightly with some more soil. Don't need a whole lot, but just enough to get them going. I mean, once they get started, they're going to do great in this organic soil. And once I put a little bit more on, then I water it in again. Some seeds like to be covered heavily, some seeds do not. So you got to find out for each thing you plant if they need light for germination or darkness for germination. Okay? Now what I'll do now is I'll mark that pot. I'll mark it, and so I know what's in this flat. And also keep a journal of what you planted and what time. Okay? So I'm just going to write lettuce, and I'm going to stick it right in there. What I also do is I'll get another tray like this, and I'll put a lid on it like this so the moisture stays in. And then we're going to go over to my heating mat. Okay, I placed this on my heating mat. This is set at 70 degrees. I'm going to show you here. I have a thermostat. Okay, and my heating mats, I can get 5 flats on this heating mat. Okay, and we'll put this on here now, and we'll let it sit, and I'll check it every day for moisture. I'll also check it for germination. Once it germinates, it'll go immediately under the lights. Okay. The next thing we're going to plant is lemon basil. I'm pretty excited about this one. Always read your packet and see how to plant your seeds. Very important, okay? Because I'm not going to go over that too much today. I'm going to use this egg carton. You know, they look a lot like pea pots. I thought this would be really a great little seed tray. So I'm going to fill it up. There's a lot of different ways you can plant your seeds, but you know, use what you have available or go out and get yourself some seed trays. Okay, I'm going to put probably around, I'd say 3 seeds in each hole, and they should germinate okay. You can also use a pencil. I like to use a pencil for making holes sometimes, and then set the seed down in them. I mean, that works really well. You don't have to, but it's just another way to, you know, to put your seeds in and to make sure they get covered, okay? Okay, now these seeds are pretty tiny, so this is going to take me just a little bit to put in here. Okay, now that I got them planted, I go ahead and water. This is where I'll water, and then I will give them a light layer of soil over the seed. Okay, Basil says to be 1/4 inch deep, so that's what we'll do. Okay, get that watered in. Then I'll take and sprinkle a little more soil over the top. And when I get that done, we'll water it again, and then we'll put it on my heating mat. I never used, when I started to do my own seeds, like way before I got into the greenhouse, I just used a warm top of a fridge or a warm room to germ my seeds. But having a heating mat increased my germination by, boy, I tell you, it increased it so much that I would never go back to trying to germ that way again. Okay. So a heating mat is important. It works really well, especially if you're really serious about starting your own, you know, plants inside. We're going to take and set this over on the heating mat. So there it is on the heating mat, 70 degrees, and I'm going to cover that so the moisture stays in. And I have a lot of trays, so this works really good. So we'll check that in a few days, kind of watch it, keep it wet, and we'll go from there then, and I'll kind of show you my progress as we get going. The next thing I want to plant some kale. This is a kale, authentic Italian seed. I planted these this last spring. Very good kale. I had them growing in the greenhouse, and I was eating them right out of the pots. It is really good. It's very good tasting. But here again, we're just gonna, I have my flat, and again, use what you have for pots, okay? I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top again, all the seeds. I'm just putting a number of seeds. I have a lot of these, so I can thin it out as I need to. Just going to sprinkle them up along the top. Try to get them, you know, all over. Try not to get them in one little clump. So make sure you kind of sprinkle them around, and so they grow evenly around in your tray or pot or whatever you're using. But this will be quite a few. And kale it's a green veggie that you can, is very healthy. Anything green is very healthy, and we're going to see how it grows inside. I'm hoping it'll give me enough just to maybe put into salads or to use in my cooking. Okay, so we got them all scattered. Using my little sprayer here, we'll water them in. I generously water them, but don't get them waterlogged. And then I'll just cover them. You know, again, follow your directions on your package for how deep. It'll make a difference on your success on them coming up in German. Okay. So water them in. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm going to kind of show you my progress as I go. I think it's going to be really fun to see how these plants do. So we'll mark that. I'll just put a little sticker in there, kale. And we'll cover that with another tray to keep the moisture in once again. And I'm going to show you, I'll keep you updated. You guys follow, if you want to keep updated, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be starting a lot more things from seed. You guys start some herbs, veggies, greens for the winter months. It'll give you some edibles to eat, and it's kind of nice to have your own food growing. So take care, and we'll see you on the next video.